Good morning, boys and girls, and happy Monday, day 31 of distant learning. Remember that the science portion will be more towards the end of this video, okay? Today in reading, you are to complete 30 minutes reading a story of your choice. Now, will I be upset if you read more than 30 minutes? Absolutely not, but a minimum of 30, okay? We're going to be reviewing illustrations and how they connect to text. And then we are also going to be annotating and answering some questions, okay? Today we are reviewing illustrations, okay? So, illustrations help readers better understand and make connections to a text. So, when we read, authors will present to us or give us information in their own words. Sometimes they'll also use different images or pictures, okay? Now, these images, such as maps and photographs or drawings, help us better understand their words and the information that they've written, okay? The information that they're trying to tell us. So, what we are going to do is I want for you to go ahead and turn to page 9 in your packet. Yeah, that's right, page 9. Skip all those other pages. Page 9. You're going to see a story titled What Lives in the Desert, okay? You're going to see a story titled What Lives in the Desert. That's the one that we're going to be checking out today. All I want for you to do is I want for you to look at that photo, okay? We're not going to look at anything else just yet. We're not reading just yet. We're just going to look at that picture and we're going to label some things, okay? Label some things that we see in that photo to help us better understand the photograph, okay? So looking at that picture there, point out some things that you see and label them, okay? I see cactus, so I'm going to write cactus on the side, and I'm going to draw an arrow that points to that cactus, okay? I see plants. I'll write plants on the side and draw an arrow pointing to those plants. I see rocks. I see sand. I also see a blue sky with no clouds. Okay, there's no clouds in that picture. I think that that's kind of important because when do you ever see a sky with no clouds? Okay, so I've labeled things in that photograph and now I'm ready to read and annotate my story. But first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to read the annotating anchor chart that Miss Soto has so graciously linked to this story, okay? Or to this post. My anchor chart says, what is annotating? Annotating is when readers take notes or highlight important details while they are reading to help them better understand a text, okay? These are the things that we do when we annotate, okay? It's listed all there. It's the same thing that we're going to do when we annotate their story. And lucky for you, I'm going to annotate this story with you today. Okay, so make sure that you have your pencils ready. First things first is that you number the paragraphs, okay? You must number the paragraphs when we're annotating. Next thing is to circle words or phrases that you do not know, words that you're unfamiliar with, okay? Next is to write important thoughts on the side. When we take our notes on the side that tell us about each paragraph, we're going to do that too. We will draw stars next to important information. Important information, that's the key word, important. Then we will draw a heart next to fun facts and sentences that you agree with. And then maybe we'll draw some sad faces next to sentences that we don't agree with. Okay. So again, looking at page 9, we're ready to read. Now, the title of the story is called What Lives in... This isn't letting me scroll. Give me a second. Okay. What lives in the desert? A desert is a dry place with little rain. I'm in paragraph 1. Okay, first sentence. A desert is a dry place with little rain. Sounds like an important fact. It's telling me what a desert is, and it's telling me about the desert. Okay, gets little rain. So I'm going to draw a big star on that sentence. Okay, that's an important fact for me to remember. Okay. A desert is a dry place with little rain. How little? A desert gets less than 10 inches of rain each year. less than 10 inches of rain each year. That's a fun, interesting fact, okay? I'm going to draw a heart on that sentence, okay? Desert gets less than 10 inches of rain each year. Heart. Some deserts are hot. A few can be cold. A desert is a habitat. Ooh, it's telling me more about what a desert is. Must be an important fact. I'm going to star that sentence. A desert is a habitat. I'm also going to circle the word habitat because I'm not quite sure I really know what a habitat is. So I'm going to circle the word habitat. Next sentence. A habitat is a place where animals and plants live. Cool. So the next sentence tells me what a habitat is. All right. I have finished reading paragraph 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to think back about the important information that I learned from this paragraph so that I can take my notes on the side, okay? Now, I learned that a desert is a dry place with little rain and that it is a habitat. I'm not going to write this down because I've already drawn stars on those 2 sentences. So if I need to remember the important information for that paragraph, I can go back to that paragraph and just look where I drew those stars, okay? But what I am going to write as my extra notes on the side is I'm going to put down that some deserts are hot and some are cold. Because that might not be a super important fact, but it is a fact about deserts. And I learned that in paragraph 1. Okay, so on the side of my paper, I drew a number 1 so that I know that I'm talking everything that I write next to this number 1 is found in paragraph 1. Okay, so I wrote that some deserts are hot and some are cold. I also am going to write what a habitat is, okay? I'm going to write habitat is where animals and plants live, okay? Boom, done. We've annotated paragraph number 1. We have made perfect sense of this paragraph. I understand it. We dug super deep. Finite, okay? Now we're going to move on to paragraph 2. So in paragraph 2, it says, hot deserts are home to many kinds of living things. Oh, well, that's important. I'm going to draw a star there because that's telling me that lots of things live there, okay? Next sentence. Animals living there include owls, snakes, lizards, and coyotes. Ooh, cool. Fun fact. I'm drawing a heart over that sentence because it's full of fun facts about what animals live there, okay? Another hot desert animal is the kangaroo rat. What is that? I don't know what that is. I'm going to circle that word because I'm not very familiar with kangaroo rats, okay? Next sentence. It sleeps underground during the day when the weather is hot. The kangaroo rat comes out at night when it is cooler. Kangaroo rats get the water they need from food. They eat mostly seeds. Ooh, okay. I'm going to draw a big heart around that section because the rest of paragraph 2 is all about kangaroo rats, okay? It gives me lots of details about kangaroo rats specifically. So now I'm done with paragraph 2, okay? I've read paragraph 2. I have made sense of this text. I've starred my important information, which is that lots of animals live there, okay? So my notes, I'm going to write down that lots of animals live here, and I'm also going to write the word kangaroo rat because paragraph 2 gives me a lot of information about kangaroo rats, okay? Done. Made perfect sense of paragraph 2. Finite. Moving on. Paragraph 3. Some plants live in the hot desert. Oh, some plants? That's going to get a star because it's important for me to know that some plants do live there, okay? Only a few kinds of trees and bushes can survive there. Whoa, survive. That's a big word. I'm going to draw a star on that sentence because I think it's important for me to know that only a small amount of trees and bushes can survive there in that habitat, okay? So that's getting a star. One of the most common desert plants is the cactus. I'm going to draw a circle around the word cactus because, I don't know too much about cactus. I just know that they don't need a lot of water. So let's read on. The cactus collects and stores water in its stem. Sharp spines protect most cacti from animals. Lots of fun details there about cactus. Those are getting big hearts, okay? Lots of details there. Specifically about cacti, which, just so you know, cacti means more than one cactus, okay? Like, you wouldn't say fishes, you'd say fish. For cactus, it's cacti. Alrighty, so what what am I going to write down for paragraph 3? Well, I'm going to write my number 3, okay, letting me know that everything I write next to this number goes with paragraph 3, okay? I'm going to write that some plants live there. All right, I'm also going to write cactus because I get some information on cactus there. And then I'm also going to say that not many bushes or trees can survive. Okay, we have annotated this story. I think that I have a pretty deep understanding of this story, and I think that you do too. So, with that being said, let's go back to looking at this photograph, okay? This photograph contains lots of things that we read about, okay? We read about the cacti. We read about it getting little rain. We read about few plants living there, okay? So this photograph goes along with it, connects to this text very well, okay? It's a perfect photograph for this kind of a text about deserts. So with that being said, I'm going to include my annotation with this post so that you can see exactly what I did. Use this as a guide because you will be reading a story tomorrow and a story on Wednesday, and you are expected to annotate that story just like I did, okay? Numbering your paragraphs, starring important information, putting hearts over fun facts, circling words that we're not familiar with, and taking those notes on the side, okay? I'm going to upload all this with you so that you have the perfect guide to go by while you're doing it on your own. You need to take your annotations very seriously. Here is why. I'm letting the cat out of the bag here, okay? You will be writing an essay this week, but I'm going to make it really easy for you, okay? I'm setting you up for success because we're gonna skip all of that garbage that is before page 9 and go right into understanding our text. Now, everything that is before page 9, we're still going to do, but we're going to apply it to these texts instead of having you read like so many stories this week, okay? So, with that being said, you do have 5 questions today that you need to answer. I'm going to pull them up real quick so that I can read them to you, okay? 5 questions will go along with your lesson for today after you've annotated the text. So, here are the 5 questions. And again, they're going to be linked with this so you don't have to write them down. Number 1, what is a desert? Number 2, which desert animal is described in the article? Number 3, it is not easy for plants to live in a hot desert. What evidence from the text supports this conclusion? Number 4, what kind of plant would probably not survive in a hot desert? And number 5, what is the main idea of this article? Alrighty, so with that being said, these questions are multiple choice, okay? So the best thing to do is to make sure that you read all of the answer choices because remember, they try to trick us. They'll give us an answer that sounds like it could be correct when there's a better answer to choose, okay? So make sure that you're reading all of the answer choices. Eliminate the ones that you know cannot be true, okay? And choose your best answer. Go back in the text and find the answers to these questions. I promise that it is there. Alrighty. Now, let's move on to science. Go ahead and turn to the Monday page in your science portion of your packet. You will see an outline of a cloud and it says air, okay? Give you a couple seconds to do that. Your hook for this asks you, what is air? What do you know about air? And what can we do with air? That makes me think of blowing balloons. I don't know why, it just does. So go ahead and pause the video and answer those 3 questions there, okay? And then once you're finished, come back and join us. All right, so welcome back. So the effects of air on motion. This is kind of a cool thing that you're gonna do today, okay? You are to find 2 things around your house that you can drop without breaking. Keywords, without breaking. Try to find things of different sizes and shapes, but be sure not to drop anything that will damage a surface or hurt anyone at your home. What does that mean? That means don't go find a cinder block or a bowling ball and drop it on your mom's nice clean tile, okay? And don't go find a toy truck that you can drop on your sister that makes her cry, okay? No, there is no damage to surfaces, nothing that will break, and don't hurt anybody, okay? Drop each object and record your observations of how the object moved as it fell through the air. It gives you 2 objects here already. It says a flat piece of paper and a crumbled piece of paper. And you're going to come up with the 2 other objects, okay? Now, when it says on the right, it wants you to write what you see. What that means is when you drop this flat piece of paper, does that flat piece of paper go straight down? Does that flat piece of paper fall? Is it sliding side by side? Does that flat piece of paper fall at an angle? Or does that flat piece of paper blow away? Okay, you're going to tell us what happens when you drop it. Okay, same thing for the crumbled piece of paper and 2 other things that you find. Remember, those 2 other things may not break, may not damage any surfaces that it lands on, and may not hurt anybody. Don't drop bleach on the carpet. Yeah, don't do it. Don't drop anything that will break when it lands. Okay, and don't hurt anybody. Big no-nos, okay? Make sure you get permission for the 2 objects that you choose, okay? Get permission for that. All I want to know is what you see when it falls. How does it fall before it hits the ground? What does it do, okay? Go ahead and pause the video and do that, and then unpause for your exit slip. Now, your exit slip today says, what differences did you notice about the movement of different objects through the air? How was the movement of all objects the same? Choose one object and describe how you think air affected its movement. Alrighty, my friends, I hope that you all have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. I look forward to teaching tomorrow. And yeah, have a great day, guys. Toodles!